There's no doubt that the creatures of this nursery and the toy store would do an excellent job together. That's why in the installment of Puppy Garden, the monsters will join forces to take good care of the children. Banban's kindergarten is a dark and mysterious place, and despite already having 2 chapters of its story, we still cannot discover the deepest mysteries of its facilities, and the creatures that live in the abyss are something beyond our imagination, so tell them, Winnie!
Hi everyone, I'm Winnie, the yellow cat, and as Plasti says today, we'll create some epic and terrifying combinations, starting with Banban plus Boxy Boo. This happened because Boxy Boo was commissioned to visit the kindergarten in search of new ideas for the experiments of the evil scientists at Playtime Co. The problem was that entering this strange place, Boxy was guided by Banban to a bridge with a large cliff below it, and unfortunately for both of them, it just collapsed.
This terrifying place is known as the Abyss, where the failed kindergarten experiments lie hidden. So when both creatures fell here, they were taken over by these creepy entities who began using them as test subjects for strange purposes. When they managed to wake up in the middle of the darkness, they realized that their bodies were now fused, giving rise to a new abomination never seen before.
This monster now has both Banban's body hearts and Boxy Boo's gigantic mouth. His new limbs have very elastic springs, although the most terrifying thing is the great Banban intelligence that resides in this creature. So due to his elastic abilities and great strength, he managed to free himself from the abyss, letting out a monstrous growl that was heard throughout the kindergarten.
It's only been a couple of hours since the above combination of these monsters occurred, so all the remaining creatures are hidden because they are terrified of their presence.
Hold on, Plasti, because there's someone inside this place capable of stopping the evil creature. That's right, we're talking about Jumbo Josh, because this giant has only come out of the abyss to defeat this new creature and save his friend Banban. Unfortunately, we made a mistake because as soon as this abomination saw Jumbo, he immediately pounced on him, and with his powerful claws, he completely destroyed the green giant in a very morbid scene.
The monster got what he wanted, so he left the place to go back to the factory. There he brought Jumbo's remains, forcing scientists to create a powerful creature using his DNA. But he was very destroyed by this attack. They were only able to recreate a part of his body, attaching it to one of their toys to make it more easily adaptable. So they took Boogiebot, a mysterious robot, to combine the bodies of both, creating a powerful and unstoppable machine that has a great desire of revenge.
Now this creature has his big mouth and terrifying fangs, also mechanical arms and an all-metallic body, which makes him more resistant to damage, being one of the most powerful creations in all Playtime Go. I just hope he doesn't get it off control. I'm really scared. Plasty, I think someone's been watching us since the video started, and who else could it be than the mysterious Opila bird? Well, now it's her turn to be combined with one of the fearsome and most elastic toys. But before to continue, tell us, what do you think these combinations would be called? For example, Jumbo plus Boogiebot, I'd call it Jumbibot.
That's right, but continuing with Opila's story, she was watching everything that happened, since she's one of the creatures with the most twisted mind in this place. Opila discovered that she could get more strength by combining her body with that of another creature, so she started to create a plan. That's how he followed Bamboxy until he reached the factory, hiding deep in this place while watching the process of combining between Jumbo and Boogiebot.
However, very long hands began to descend from the ceiling, and a disturbing laugh also began to be heard. That's right, it was Mommy who caught Opila and quickly took her to the highest part of the factory because she planned to throw her into the void. The most surprising thing is that there was a huge electrical storm that day, and lightning struck the bodies of both creatures, causing their consciousness and appearances to be combined, giving rise to a new and terrifying creature.
That's why Mommy now has the face of Opila. Unfortunately, this long and elastic body has lost its two hands, but now has a pair of large wings as well as sharp claws. Her incredible strength and agility are combined with the ability to fly, so no prey can escape this terrifying creature.
Because our next combination will be Celine Snail plus Bonzo Rabbit. This one could be called Celinzo. These two monsters have a cute appearance in common, and as they seem to be unable to harm anyone, although inside they are truly bloodthirsty and cruelty.
However, it was Sally who contacted Bonzo. In one of their secret conversations, we can see that she suffered a lot when they turned her into a snail. Now what she seeks is to destroy those who expose her to these experiments. And since Bonzo was forced to stay for a long time in the musical memory to be fed, you can imagine that he held a lot of hatred and grudge. So this rabbit has escaped without anyone noticing, then infiltrates the kindergarten and meets Celine to join forces and achieve their plan. Also, they have stolen some Givanium from the lab and consume it so they can combine their bodies.
Well, his appearance is really terrifying since now his body is slimy and his face no longer has those bulging eyes, but the face of a bunso creepier than before. In addition, this new creature has the symbols that this rabbit used to play, announcing his slow arrival to later surprise you with his great speed and devour you.
Welcome to Musical Memory.
We have to find out what would one of the most powerful versions of Captain Fetus look like. Well, as we know, this character is the product of many failed experiments in the kindergarten.
In addition to the captain, we also have PJ Pugapillar, who is also a test subject who had to undergo a horrible transformation. It is said that this creature could have the soul of a child trapped inside. When chaos broke out and the combined monsters began to appear, PJ tried to hide, but we must remember that he has been controlled by Prototype 106, who forced him to go to this kindergarten in search of more information.
Oh no, poor PJ, because when he got to this place he tried to hide somewhere, but then he ran into Stinger Flynn, and because of the great fear he felt, PJ ran away, and then unfortunately he fell into toxic Gibanium residue, where some captain's DNA was found due to his failed experiments. That's how this creature was transformed, suffering immense pain throughout his body. His face was completely deformed, taking the terrifying shape of captains with two large fangs and powerful arms, still retaining his caterpillar body and legs.
This monster is one of the most erratic and he doesn't have a clear purpose, so this makes him very hostile. A bloody battle is going on deep in the kindergarten, so it's time to create the Toy Store monsters Hoogie Woogie and Nab Nab. And while these two creatures have different goals, they could surprisingly help each other. That's right, because Hughie is worried about his friends in this chaos. On the other hand, Nab Nab thinks otherwise since he still feels a lot of hatred towards BANBAN and his gang. But it's precisely this hatred that encouraged him to save them, since he must be the only one who eliminates them. That's why the two blue creatures have agreed to join forces to stop this massacre, as well as combine their bodies to create one of the most terrifying creatures ever seen.
This powerful knee creature has Hughie's legs and at the same time two Nab Nab's legs. Also, his face now has 3 eyes and a very threatening mouth, full of fangs even on the tongue. What a creepy monster! The most terrifying thing about this monster is his incredible agility, as he can move at the speeds of up to 150 kilometers per hour, being faster than any animal in the world.
So using his great agility and hunting ability, he has started to defeat almost all the monster combinations, knocking them unconscious so he can return them to their original form, although it's also possible that he devoured some scientists along the way, since his desire for revenge is still great.
So we'll see the creepy version of Stinger Flynn plus the evil prototype 1006, since after PJ fell into the Gibanium, he lost his hand control, so the prototype decided to go retrieve it, right Plastic?
That's right, Winnie, because when he arrived, the first thing he thought of was going to look in the vents of this place, since he knew that PJ likes to hide, but the only thing he found was an orange-looking jellyfish known as Stinger Flynn, who was looking for his friend the captain. Stinger tried to run away, but the prototype caught him for information, so he took him back to his lair in the factory.
It's here when this experiment began to torture Stinger in the cruelest way possible, and even though Stinger begged for mercy, the prototype continued to hurt him. So to free himself from this torment, Stinger lied to him, saying that he knew where it was, but to get there he would use the ability to breathe underwater. So the prototype without hesitation took a couple of cables and connected them to both the jellyfish body and his own, instantly combining their appearances.
Now the prototype has the head and large eye of a Stinger, as well as the ability to be waterproof and have great speed due to his mechanical legs. It is said that inside this monster, Stinger is still struggling to escape the prototype's control.
Dangerous monsters are locked in the depths of this horrible place. That's right, it's the combination between Sheriff Toadster and Killy Willy.
As we know, Killy is a dangerous monster that has caused a lot of trouble, devouring several Playtime co-workers and even other cursed toys. So he's had to be locked up to prevent further massacres. Due to the conflict and the massacre that is taking place with the monsters in the kindergarten, the surviving scientists have decided to free this creature, sending him to this place to put an end to everything.
However, what they didn't know is that in this kindergarten we also have a secret weapon, Sheriff Toadster, who although is a lover of justice, has a twisted and erratic mind, so anyone who gets in his way will suffer terrible consequences. That's why when fighting against Killy, Sheriff used one of his greatest weaknesses, which is fire, but it wasn't enough since his most sinister side wanted to take over his strength.
The sheriff, as if at his most bloodthirsty, drank some Gibanium and devoured Killy almost instantly. Now this Toad has a very resistant body, as well as large fangs and a terrifying mouth full of fangs in his stomach.
Although he looks pretty scary, at least he keeps his hat and sheriff badge. Ay, don't hurt me, little Toad.
The leader of these failed experiments has arrived. That's right, we are talking about Daisy Flower, who's a very smiling flower that appeared in the first trailer of Poppy Playtime 2, but was later replaced by Bonzo. Despite not appearing in the game, she has been hanging around the factory. Among her powers is a great ability to camouflage and adapt to her environment, so almost no one knows of her existence.
That's right, it'll be our next combination since she's gonna combine with Bambalina. As we know, she seems to have a romantic relationship with Banban, and since the latter was transformed with Boxy, she didn't hesitate to help her lover. However, Bambalina, having a somewhat twisted mind, has mistakenly entered the area of failed experiments and toys where Daisy would be hidden there.
But then she noticed her feelings for Banban, so Daisy offered her help to Bambalina to find him. However, apparently this flower is seeking to increase her power since her stem is still very weak. And before Bambalina knew it, Daisy attacked her, taking her back to her hideout so she could perform a series of painful experiments on her that she had learned from her creators.
Now Daisy's in control of her body, using her large flower face into it and having huge claws on both hands. This terrifying creature will come out massacring all who have ever rejected her. These monsters are becoming more and more dangerous, and now they are fused, they'll be unstoppable. But if you like the video, remember to leave your epic like and subscribe to the channel.
That's right, but we also leave you these two videos full of monsters and fun combinations. But after all, continue creating your new ability.